So I just made a video and I realized that it needs to be more focused on this one topic. It was like a 15-minute video and I realized the importance of this topic. So I want to focus on this one idea that I started to talk about, which was how I came to believe that God was real. So if you know anything about me or kept up with anything I post about, you'll know that I dealt with drug addiction for many, many years of my life. I was a drug addict from age 13 to 27, I think. Heroin addict. I'm currently coming off Kratom. Day 4, no Kratom. I feel like shit. I'm in bed. My wife is working when I should be working. But the importance of what I discussed in the video is it needs more attention. So how did I come to believe that God was real? So I discussed about I was in a car accident. I was doing about 140 miles an hour in a Mitsubishi Lancer, and I was huffing air duster, and I switched over from the very left lane to the emergency lane in the right, all the way to the right in the emergency lane to go around a semi, and I hit some gravel and I lost control. I think I hit about 3 trees and my car was totaled. The rear axle was up in the rear seat. The driver's seat was untouched. The passenger seat was the dashboard was folded over into the seat, and there was like a bubble around the driver's seat that just it was untouched. That's not when I started to believe that God was real. Three months after this accident, I was on Opanas, which is a really strong pain medication. And I was in my mom and dad's house, and they decided that I needed to get out of the house, and they took me on the lake. I was bouncing around in the waves, and I was hurting. I was hurting really bad, and I was asking my dad for my medication. I was being irritable, and he had me locked up. And I was in jail, and I was hurting, and I was being irritable with the guards, and they put me in medium security. They set me up. The guys in medium security beat me down. Then the guards took me in the I asked to be put in segregation. So the guards they took me in the Sally port, or not the Sally port, the door between the pod and the hallway, and the guards threw me on the floor and they stomped me. And between the guys who beat me down in the jail and the guards, all my ribs were so. From the accident, I broke just about every rib on my right side. I broke my scapula, my shoulder blade completely in half. And I'm pretty sure that they re-broke a ton of ribs that were healing during that process. So from there, they put me in seg. And for 3 days, I had this hallucination. And you have to understand, I was raised Catholic. I didn't believe in God from a very young age. I'm thinking logically, I'm like, this God that they're trying to teach me about is nonsense. And so yeah, I'm in seg, and I'm having these hallucinations. I'm in so much pain that I'm having hallucinations, and it's the same hallucination. It just was like in repeat over and over, 24 hours a day for 3 days straight. I'm being tied up. There's a horse in front of me. My legs are tied to the horse. I'm being dragged through a town. People are throwing shit at me, rocks and everything, and they take me out of the town to the top of this hill. There's a cross on the top of the hill. They put my feet over the cross, and they stab and kill me with spears. So after 3 days of this hallucination, I get down on my knees, and I'm on my knees. I don't believe in God, and word for word I say, God, you son of a bitch, if you're real, you better fucking come save me, because if I walk out these doors, I'm going to kill myself. And I never meant anything more than those words in my life. And immediately, the pain that I was feeling went away. It didn't go away. It was just, it was subdued. It was a lot less immediately after I said that. So that's how I know that God is real. Did I stop doing drugs after that? No. Again, I think I was 23 when this happened. I quit drugs the last time. It was February 15th, 2015 was my check-in date to the rehab from the last time that I did drugs. So I think I was, I don't know, 27 or something. And that story is very important. That it is important. You need to know that, because it is important. My life today is great. Both my kids go to private school. I own a business. My wife is taking care of the work because I'm a dumbass and I'm coming off kratom. And but that should have been the topic of the video that I made previous to this, that I will not post, but I will post this one. It is very important that you know that happened. That when I spoke those words, my pain, it subdued. It wasn't gone, but I was able to sleep that night. The hallucinations went away. I haven't thought about this in a while, and I started talking about it in the last video, and I wasn't crying and shit, but now the memories are coming back, and starting to feel it again. God's real, you know, whether you want to believe it or not. He is. Like me, for the 26, 27 years of my life, I didn't believe in him. I was the definition of an atheist. I thought that when you died, you were this animal, and when you died, there was nothingness, and you ceased to exist. But that is not true. And it took hell. It took hell to get me to believe that God was real. It took me wanting to die every day of my life, dealing with heroin addiction, pain pill addiction, whatever you want to call it. I was on hard shit. Opanas, methadone, heroin, hydrocodones. I'd have to eat 10 of them to do anything. I was strung out. It took a lot for it took hell to get me to where I am today. I'm thankful for everything that I have. Um, it's my dog. Dude, go lay down. But it took a lot for me to get to where I am today, and you have to understand that it might take a lot for you to get to where I am, which is in a good state of mind, a good position in life. I'm not in a good state of mind. I'm coming off kratom, but my life is good. I have everything that I could want. I have everything that I need. But the story of what I went through in that jail cell, it needs to be emphasized and told. So I'll give this a watch over, and if it makes sense, I'm sorry it's been kind of emotional for me to think back on that. If it isn't too whacked out and too crazy, I'll post it. But I love you guys. Have a good day.